You know, when we talk about the evolution of a coaching staff, we often look for the big names, the coordinators who are next in line for a head coaching gig. But sometimes the most intriguing moves happen in the trenches of the staff hierarchy. I've been following the developments in Houston, and the Texans are making a move that caught my eye, bringing in Marcus Cannon to join their coaching ranks for the 2026 cycle. Now, Marcus isn't a stranger to this league, or to the high standards required to win at the highest level. We're talking about a man who spent the bulk of his career protecting some of the best in the business in New England. And that kind of experience doesn't just disappear when you hang up the cleats. It's a calculated addition by D'Amico Lyons and his group. They aren't just looking for a body to fill a room. They are looking for that specific veteran pedigree that understands the grind of an NFL season. It's about the nuances of the offensive line, the footwork, the hand placement, and more importantly, the mental toughness required to survive in this league. For a Texans team that is clearly in a window of contention, adding a guy like Cannon is a subtle signal that they are doubling down on fundamental development. When you look at Marcus Cannon's resume, it's hard not to focus on those years in New England. He was a pillar there for a long time, a three-time Super Bowl champion who understood exactly what Bill Belichick and Dante Scarnecchia demanded from their front five. That Patriot way is often discussed in abstract terms, but for a guy like Cannon, it was a daily reality. He lived through the adjustments, the high-pressure playoff games, and the relentless pursuit of technical perfection. Now, as he transitions into this coaching role in Houston, he brings that institutional knowledge with him. I've spoken to a few people around the league, and the consensus is that Cannon has always had a coach's brain, even when he was still lining up at right tackle. He was the guy younger players went to for advice on how to handle a specific pass rusher or how to read a defensive front. By bringing him into the fold, the Texans are essentially importing a wealth of championship-level intelligence. It's an interesting move because it bridges the gap between the modern player's perspective and the rigid discipline of the old-school coaching philosophies he was raised on.
The real work for Cannon will be in the meeting rooms and on the practice fields, specifically focusing on the development of the younger core in Houston. We've seen the Texans invest heavily in their offensive line over the last few years, and keeping those assets healthy and productive is the key to their entire offensive identity. A coach like Cannon can offer something that a career assistant might lack, the "I've been there" factor. When a young tackle is struggling with a specific speed-to-power move from an elite edge rusher, Cannon can break it down from the perspective of someone who has actually felt that force and countered it. That kind of relatability is invaluable in today's NFL. I'm told the focus here for the 2026 season is going to be on refinement. It's not about rebuilding the unit. It's about those marginal gains, the extra half second of pocket time that allows a quarterback to find his second or third read. Cannon's role will likely be hands-on, working closely with the position coaches to instill a level of professional consistency that he was known for throughout his decade-plus in the league. It's a boots-on-the-ground approach to coaching.
As we look toward the 2026 season, this hire reflects a broader trend we're seeing across the league: the rapid integration of recently retired veterans into significant coaching roles. The Texans are clearly a team that values culture, and Marcus Cannon fits that mold perfectly. He's a guy who overcame significant personal hurdles early in his career and turned himself into an all-pro caliber player. That resilience is exactly what you want your players to emulate. Now, let's be clear, coaching is a different beast than playing. The hours are longer, the stress is different, and you're responsible for a group rather than just your own assignment. But if there's anyone equipped to make that leap, it's someone with Cannon's track record of preparation. I'll be watching closely to see how this translates to the field. If the Texans line shows a bit more of that New England-style discipline and technical soundness, we'll know exactly where it's coming from. It's a quiet move, a professional move, and in my experience, they'll get dividends when the games start to matter in January. For now, it's about the work behind the scenes, and Marcus Cannon is a man who knows all about the work.